What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. I got a question for y'all, man. I got a question. Would the industry, the music industry, in conjunction with our own government, our own government, and the hidden forces who run this world, would they actually place what's called industry plants into the music industry, into hip hop in particular, in order to bring down and negatively influence and degenerate the minds of young black, brown, inner city youth and listeners for a bigger purpose? Would they actually do that? Do you believe that's something that could actually happen, is actually happening, or do you chalk that up to being conspiracy theory? The reason why this question is asked because right now, the time we're in now, we see so much uh, raunchiness. Raunchiness is at an all-time high. It's at a peak level, and a lot of the content that we are seeing right in front of our face, um, it seems to go unchallenged by the very individuals who seem to have no problem challenging conscious material, challenging material that is laced with truth, laced with information that exposes legitimate agendas that are being carried out by these same forces. That type of music is acted on immediately. But somehow things are real quiet as it relates to the other side, the other type of music. Now, that poses the question, and that has made some people say, well, man, some of these artists are plants, bro. Some of these artists are industry plants. You know, you take whatever position you want to take on it. I will say this, just to not be hypocritical. Um, Back in my days, as the old folks would say, uh, it's always been dirty lyrics, nasty, raunchy, um, violent. It's always that's always. I mean, I go back 30 years. You know, just nasty, dirty lyrics. You know, I've written some of them. You know, I've recorded some of it. So far be it from me to speak with a tongue of condemnation, but there are a couple of differences. Just being real. The one was one I spoke about earlier. How um, that type of music in today's age, it seems to flow freely through all the networks and channels with no issues. Also, back in the days, there were only a handful of ways that you could hear the underground stuff. Only a handful of ways. You heard it in the club. One of the homies had the tape, and y'all listened to it in the car, or, at the crib, or it's being played at a party. And that was pretty much it. That was pretty much the only ways that you got a chance to hear it. Now, there is a 360-degree um, visibility and listening rate going on. And what I mean by that is everywhere you turn, here, all the way around the horn, you can't escape this type of material because it seems to be just being thrown at us from all angles. Social media, you see the songs. Um, YouTube, you see and hear the songs. Your phone, you see and hear the songs. The club, the radio. And the difference in radio, because they used to make radio versions to the dirty songs back in the days, to the violent songs back in the days, but the difference was once we had already heard the real version, I'm sure it's like that today too, the radio versions was corny. It's like I don't want to even hear that because it's only so many times you can beep out, mute out, drag back a word to cover it. So it really takes away. But for money purposes, publishing and generating publishing royalties now, they're gonna find a way to get those songs on the radio. So even today, but today the radio versions are almost similar. They strategically can make it to where you're not even really beeping it out. Sometimes you still hear the word, and people already know the words anyway. So why is that kind of music so prevalent now, pushed out so hard? Well, like I say, some would say that some of these artists are planted. Now, we know in every organization, the government has infiltrated any organization, any movement that is trying to move in a positive direction or move the people in a positive direction, especially black organizations. So I look at hip hop as a movement. I look at hip hop as a movement, as a genre, and as an art form that has done that very thing. Hip hop has saved so many lives, man. And I don't mean just through the words. I mean through just the artists who we would not know what they or we would be doing had it not been for rap music. Because some of us is like, what else we gonna do? So in that regard, it can make sense that they would plant people to try to destroy, because that's just another branch of the total agenda to depopulate, to destroy, to degenerate. So why not use music? Music is only one of the tools, one of the branches. See? So I would like to know y'all's opinion on this, because some of our young people's favorite artists, the material, man, Now if they're not plants, then I would hope that the wake up call would come before the wrong kind of wake up call. See, sometimes it's always better if you can wake yourself up compared to having to be woke up. It's always better to humble yourself before you have to be humbled. And I would hope that a lot of these young artists will come to the conclusion that, hey man, it ain't about the money. They throwing you that money as a trick. Everybody trying to get money, but it's always a way you're supposed to get them. They throwing you that money as a trick, because they know that money, for the most part, will make us do whatever they want us to do, to keep putting out that kind of material. And then we'll even get online and say, well, look, I'm making money. Y'all jealous because I'm getting money. No, don't fall for that, man. Because you're going to grow up one day, hopefully. And when you realize the damage that your work has done, if you have a soul, man, you feel it, bro. Trust me, you feel it. So I don't know if they planting them or not, but I wouldn't put it past them to plant them. But if they are not, then just hopefully we can get to our young people and make them understand the game, understand the plan, and change it around. All right, this your big brother K-Rino. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this one, man, and I will catch y'all with another one real soon. Peace and love. All right.